Hello, everyone. My name is Evan Castile, and I'm giving a presentation on the subject of public health titled Are Black People Angry or Scary? And Aggressive Stereotypes in Black Health. So, aggressive stereotypes, what does that mean? Allow me to propose a definition. The impression that individuals of African descent are naturally violent, aggressive, or menacing is what is meant by the term aggressive stereotypes. Uh, it's rooted in racial ideologies and has been passed through generations of history and media portrayals through propaganda. This image right here shows how they made Black people's features more animated and bigger. So, negative health outcomes. The scale of the problem and the scope of its influence are both significant. According to research, people who are Black are more likely to be regarded as being violent, and this perception can lead to detrimental effects of one's health. Because, contrary to popular belief, people of color are thought to be more resilient to the sensation of pain. They're statistically less likely to obtain the proper pain management in medical settings. So, relevant factors. In addition to this, the likelihood of Black people being subjected to assault and harassment by the police is higher if they're being viewed as being confrontational, as seen in the George Floyd case in Minnesota. It is statistically shown that Black individuals are more likely to be victims of police brutality and aggressive stereotypes, which might make it the likelihood of police violence even higher towards African descent people. So what are the so what are the consequences of inaction? Uh, Systematic racism, implicit prejudice, and media depictions are the three elements that are most important in connection with this topic. Racism on a systematic level reinforces unfavorable preconceptions about people of African descent, which in turn leads to discriminatory policies and practices that are harmful to the health of people of African descent. One such aspect that contributes to aggressive stereotypes is implicit bias. So the term implicit bias refers to the attitudes and ideas that we automatically have regarding specific groups, regardless of the opinion that we hold consciously. Furthermore, like aggressive preconceptions about people of African descent are perpetrated by media portrayals, including news coverage and entertainment media. So the few days ago, a Houston teen was shot, another teen bloody, and the image they used of this teen, they could have used a picture of him in school, they could have used a picture of him with his family, they could have used any picture. The picture they used was this Black kid smoking a blunt, a weed blunt. So it just shows how they want to show us in a negative light. Uh, this is important to talk about because negative stereotypes have real world effects that are detrimental to the health and well being of people of African descent. Disparities in healthcare are experienced by people of African descent as a direct result of racism and prejudice in this society. These inequalities are made much worse by aggressive preconceptions, which can also result in injury and trauma. There is built in trauma of African descent people since slavery. I mean, we were taking on ships from our country to this random area and we don't know. And we've just been thrown and we've been called trash and animals for, and we don't know what the reason is, only because of our skin. These repercussions will be quite severe in the event that no action is taken. So, what are the consequences of inaction? People of African descent will continue to face prejudice in medical settings, violence at the hands of police, and a variety of other forms of institutionalized injury, in addition to the continuation of aggressive stereotypes, which will lead to persistent health disparities, which will impede the progress that is being made towards achieving health equity. In conclusion, if we want to improve health outcomes and promote equity, we need to face and overcome harsh preconceptions of people of African descent. It is important for us to reach this conscious of our own prejudice and actively work against this prejudice that has been built up from generations that has been passed down. Every person can be prejudiced. You know, they say Black people can't be blah, blah, blah. They say Asian people, but every person can be prejudiced. In addition to this, we have an obligation to insist that the media presents people of African descent in a non one-dimensional light. as seen as like a negative character, as seen as like a bad influence. We're more than that. We're diverse individuals. We're all people. You know, we all have different personalities. We're not all the same. We're not just shooting in the trap. So some discussion questions I have are: how can we eliminate the unconscious bias that exists in healthcare settings so that Black patients receive the same level of treatment as other patients? My next question is: what can be done to improve the representation of individuals of African descent in the media in a way that combats the negative stereotypes that have built in over eras? So that was my presentation. Um, Thank you.